Greetings, my drinking buddies. Today we are doing a WandaVision Special. That's going to be 2 original cocktails to celebrate everybody's new favorite MCU edition, WandaVision. And if you're not a fan of WandaVision or you haven't seen it yet, don't worry, there won't be any spoilers. And I think these are 2 cocktails you'll want to make anyway.
I'm your drinking buddy.
All right, drinking buddies. So first up is going to be the Mind Stone. And to make the Mind Stone, we're going to begin with 1 ounce of pineapple juice. Bottled is okay for pineapple juice. Next up, we're going to do 1/2 ounce of lime juice. Now, for lime juice, you always use fresh squeezed. Next up, this is what the most important ingredient, because this is where our drink is going to get its color from and most of its flavor from. We're going to use yellow Chartreuse, 1.5 ounces. Now, I don't currently have a bottle of yellow Chartreuse, and my local liquor store was out. So I asked a friend, and she gave me some of her bottle. So shout out to my buddy. 1.5 ounces of yellow Chartreuse. And a couple more ingredients here. We're going to do 1 ounce of bourbon. When I first had yellow Chartreuse, I felt like this was something that really would lend itself well to being mixed with bourbon. And I haven't seen a lot of cocktails that involve yellow Chartreuse and bourbon. So I think that the 2 flavor profiles will agree very nicely with each other. 1 ounce of bourbon. All right, and our final ingredient. Sorry, there are 2 more ingredients. We're going to do a couple dashes of orange bitters. And then our final ingredient. I'm going to do some of this. We're going to throw our edible cake luster dust on the floor. Just kidding. We're going to use some edible cake luster dust in this. We want to really make this Mind Stone shine. So we're going to take the end of our stirring stick here and stirring spoon here, and we're going to dump that in. We're going to give it a nice stir. Even before we shake it, because we want to get all of that off of the end of our stirring spoon. And then we're going to shake. The Mind Stone, guys.
I'm your drinking buddy.
All right, drinking buddies, we're going to go ahead and garnish the Mind Stone cocktail with a couple chunks of pineapple, and not just because they are kind of shaped like small little Mind Stones, but because whenever you're serving something with luster dust, it's a good idea to give your person you're serving it to something to stir it with, because the stir really gives it a nice element. Being able to stir it and just see that shimmer, that shine, that swirl, it's just a wonderful thing. Now, let's go ahead and give our Mind Stone a taste. Oh, yeah. That is phenomenal. I very rarely make a cocktail on this channel where I haven't tried it first, at least once. But this, my lord, I have not made this before. This was just an idea I had, and it is fantastic. That yellow Chartreuse is coming in nicely. It gives it a really nice sweet element, and there's an anise flavor coming through, as well as that Chartreuse flavor to me that tastes like pine that's coming through. And I do not mean that in a negative way. The pine flavor is nice on the Chartreuse. Bourbon's coming through, pineapple juice, the lime and the orange bitters help balance it out. This is just a good old cocktail, and it's very pretty. So this is something that I would recommend making for friends and family if you have gatherings. Hopefully we'll be done with Corona soon, so gatherings can start again. If not, make this for your home bar. Make this for your close friends and family. The Mind Stone. Now for the Wanda Maximov cocktail, I would love to use some Sokovian ingredients. However, Sokovia is not a real place. It doesn't exist. So we are going to go ahead and make a cocktail that's red that tastes delicious. So let's go. First up, we are going to get 2 ounces of Earl Grey gin. I know I've talked about Earl Grey gin on the channel before, but if you're unfamiliar, you're going to take some gin and let a Earl Grey tea bag soak in it overnight in a mason jar. And after 24 hours, you have Earl Grey gin. Now, you could make this cocktail with regular gin, but you wouldn't have the Scarlet Witch. You wouldn't have the Wanda Maximoff. You would just have some sort of gin cocktail. This is Earl Grey gin. It's better. All right, next up, we are going to do half an ounce of maraschino. Half an ounce of port wine. Fortified red wine. Delicious stuff. And we're going to do half an ounce of fresh squeezed lime. And last up, what cocktail isn't complete without a couple dashes of bitters, especially Angostura. It's a staple for a reason, folks. Let's shake up the Wanda Maximov.
I'm your drinking buddy.
All right, drinking buddies, we have the event of the night, the Wanda Maximov cocktail, and I'm really excited to share this one with you. It is quite lovely and delicious. Let's give it a taste. So the port wine is the first thing you taste, followed by the cherry from the maraschino. The Earl Grey gin really just helps smooth this thing out with some bitterness. Yeah, the Earl Grey gin and the Angostura bitters really play off each other really nicely in here. There's a dance going on between those two ingredients. Wanda is one of my favorite characters in the MCU, and it's really nice to be able to pay homage to her character and the wonderful show that is WandaVision with this great cocktail. I highly recommend you make this one at home. It is delicious. It's an elevated martini, and boy, I can't say enough good things about how delicious this one tastes. Maraschino and port wine go really well together. Underrated combination of flavors. Well, drinking buddies, it's come to that time of the episode where I beg you to go like, share, and subscribe. Don't make me beg. I'll get down on my knees if I have to. Please like, share, and subscribe. And hopefully I'll see you in another one soon. In the meantime, can't wait to see those last couple episodes of WandaVision.